Hey guys, welcome back to Puffalauda, and welcome back to Café Enchanté. I know it's been a little while, I've been on break and stuff like that because of the holiday, but I'm super excited to get back into it. I think last episode, Canus, we just found out that Canus was like murdering people. Like not like random people, but he was just murdering fairies around his world, and I'm sure there's a good reason for it, but it's still pretty scary to find out that, hey, like this person that you thought was a friend and stuff like that, he's just killing people. So let's just get right into it and pretend that that didn't happen. Let's see. Just now, I can't believe what I just witnessed. I'm left dumbstruck and confused while Eel carries me above ground. Oh, I forgot. Eel's carrying us too. I totally forgot about that. Whoops. Canus Chapter 2. It's been so long for me. I'm super excited to see what happens. I mean, I want Canus to explain what was going on. On that day, at that moment, Canus relentlessly cut down the little fairy. It has been 2 days since I witnessed it. Contrary to the shock I experienced, Enchanté was doing business as usual.
コーヒーのおかわりもう一杯もらえるかな。
Oh, it's been
じ
so
ゃ
long.
俺は適当な炭酸とハンバーガー頼むわ。
Oh no!
おい、聞いてんのか？
Oh, yeah. A cup of hamburger and a soda black. Got it.
ちっげえよ！炭酸をブラックってなんだそりゃ。お前注文ちゃんと聞いてたか？
Ew. What, is there black soda? I mean, technically cola is some type of soda that's like almost black in color, right? I don't know.
それに一杯と一杯。言葉って難しいよね。
Rip. Oh, sorry. Can you repeat that? I was wrong. Business as usual was far from the truth. Ever since then, I've been having a hard time concentrating. Throwback.
お願い、見逃して。私、何も悪いことしてないわ。ただ楽しく暮らしてただけ。
我が殺すと予言した以上、その死は決してたがえられぬ。
いや、やめて。私、殺されるのなんて嫌。死にたくない。
I think I can understand why Koton is kind of out of it. But I can't. The more I try not to think about it, the more it comes back to me. That gentle Canus without a hint of hesitation. And as I was running my pen across the notepad absent-mindedly.
ことね、良いのですか？あの時のことをミシェルたちに黙っていて。
I'm glad Eel was there to witness it too, otherwise it'd be very difficult. Eel's suggestion put my mind at ease by reaffirming that what I saw wasn't just my imagination. You're right, but I'm very confused, to be honest. I know you're curious too, Eel, but for now, can you keep quiet about it?
そうですか。わかりました。あなたがそう言うのでしたら。
Eel nodded lightly and returned back to his seat. Though I told Eel that if Canus comes in, I wouldn't know how to behave around him. Ah!
今日は随分と集まりがいいな。
Oh god.
リンド以外はいつもこんなもんだろ。むしろお前のが遅かったんじゃねえか。
Bub.
少し野暮用がな。
He's normal. He looks and acts as he usually does. As I was searching for something to say to him.
カヌスがどうかしたの？
Oh god. Nothing. I overreacted to Karya's casual questioning. For a while after that, I tried to keep an eye on Canus, but nothing really stood out. He was carrying on as usual. Then, perhaps because I am too obsessed with every little detail of his behavior,
ことね。今日は一体どうしたのだ？
Canus talks to me as everybody leaves their seats.
いや、おそらく気のせいではないと思うのだが、何か我に用があるのだろう。遠慮せず相談してくれた方が我としてもありがたいのだが。
Oh, well, I freeze up and break eye contact with him. Then oh god. So we can either ask him indirectly or say nothing at all. I feel like nothing would really stress him out. And since we're trying to get him to like be more romantic or like at least understand us in general, I think that we should ask him indirectly. Okay. Oh god. I hope that's not her talking. Did you kill a fairy in Medio? No way. I've never been much of a straight shooter. I've never had the courage to be. But if I keep this anxiety to myself forever, I'll never be able to look him in the eye and be honest. You haven't done anything weird lately, have you? Before I realized I had asked an awfully vague question.
変なこと？
You know, like bad things.
どういう意味かわからぬが、我は誓ってあなたに恥じるような行為はしていないぞ。
That's good. In the face of my awkward questioning, Canus, as usual, replies in a straightforward manner. But as anyone would expect, it seems that he's flustered by my sudden questioning.
なぜあなたがそんなことを聞いてくるのか、我には皆目見当もつかぬのだが。
Yeah, honestly, that's the worst way to ask a question. Like, if you walked up to someone and was like, have you done anything bad lately? You'd be like, no? Like, what?
細かい事情を話せぬというのなら構わない。だが、できることならあなたには笑顔でいてほしいと思う。
See, he can't be like that bad if he's like, oh, I'd like for you to be happy, you know? Smile.
ああ、そうしてまたいつも通りに我を出迎えてほしいのだ。
Yeah, it must have been so bizarre. He like walked in and she didn't say anything.
この店は、琴音は可能な限りそのままでいてほしい。宗安殿の時代から変わらない我の安らぎの場所として。
Canus's gentle voice and words offer me solace. But the softness, when he said, as they are, it sounds like he's trying to put a wall around his true feelings. This is so uncomfortable. I'm so awkward. Despite the pessimistic speculations, a few days have passed.
簡単な検査だから俺一人でもいいのに。
Oh, don't say that. You know I'm worried about your condition. Besides, I wanted to talk to Rindo too.
ならいいけど。
We're visiting GPM for Karya's examination. We make our way down the hallway. That's right. The reason why I came with Karya here is to talk with Rindo about Canus. Yeah, that's okay. With GPM's wealth of data on non-humans, maybe I can find something out about the way, or about the why. Oh, I feel like the sentence should be like, about why Canus did what he did. There we go. I've already let Rindo know I'm visiting, so all I have to do is meet up with him.
それじゃあ検査室あっちだから。
This building must be so confusing. The hallways all look the same. Alright, I'll see you later. As I watch Karya quickly walk away, I start heading in my direction. First, I have to get to the rendezvous point Rindo and I agreed on earlier. But he did say that GPM doesn't have a lot of information about Medio. But I'm going to ask anyway. If I can get any information, however small, I would consider it a win. In fact, after that day, I've visited Medio a few times with Eel in hopes of having a tea party with Titania, right. I forgot her name, oh my god, it's been so long. I was hoping the fairies would tell me what was going on with Canus, but...
Canus Espada 死を告げる妖精について知らないわ
The fairies, who are usually very friendly, immediately ran away the second they hear Canus's name. But on the other hand, I was too afraid to ask Titania who knows anything about Canus. I feel like she would know something about Canus, right? They're like friends. I don't know. It's bizarre. Wow, look at this office space. Amazing. While those thoughts ran through my head, I reached the rendezvous. Rendo was already in the room waiting for me. He waves to me.
いらっしゃい。結構深刻な話かな。
You can tell?
そりゃね。みんなに内緒で話がしたい。なんて言われたらさすがにね。
That's true.
とりあえず飲み物を持ってくるよ。適当にかけて待ってて。
I graciously accept the tea that he brought over from the drink bar. I observe my surroundings subconsciously. Perhaps Rendo was overly cautious. There aren't any other employees in the room.
それで話っていうのは？
Well, I'd like to learn some details about Medio. There's something I really need to know. Like Medio's culture, the fairies' ecology, their predicament. I'd appreciate any kind of information you can give me.
メディオについて？みんなに秘密でっていう割には随分と大雑把な話だね。
Well, though he had his doubts, he didn't try to press me any further. Then, after contemplating for a while,
前にも少し話したかもしれないけど、単純な話、GPM にはメディオの情報が少なくてね。むしろ現地を見ている分、僕や君の方が詳しいかもしれないくらいだし。
wrecked.
世界そのものについて詳細を聞くなら、やっぱりカヌス本人に聞いた方が正しい情報をもらえるとは。
No! You're right. I knew this would happen. However, keeping quiet now won't solve anything. Despite initial hesitation, I decided to tell him exactly what I saw. That's my interpretation of her telling him.
カヌスが妖精を殺した？
Yes, at least that's how I saw it. Rendo then fell deep into thought. And then...
僕はそんなに驚かないかな。
Oh god. I wasn't expecting that. What? But, I mean, he killed a fairy.
ああ、いや、冷たく聞こえたらごめん。そんなつもりはないんだけどね。僕だってカヌスが妖精を殺すなんて想像がつかないし、そんなことをするやつかなとは思うよ。けど妖精界メディオは異世界なんだ。人間界とは何もかもが違う世界。
Maybe it's because I've been visiting so often, but I guess I've forgotten about it. Then he says,
他者を殺しちゃいけないのはあくまでも人間界のルール。
Huh?
世界が変われば正しいことだって変わる。
Oh, well, I guess that makes sense.
現にベスティアでは殺戮こそ正義なんて物騒なルールが根付いてるわけだし。そうなるとやっぱりたとえ君が見たことが事実だとしても何かしらの事情があるんじゃないのかな。そしてその理由を知るにはやっぱりカヌス本人に尋ねることが一番確実だと思うけどね。
I think Rendo is absolutely right. There must be a reason. I agree, but Canus is always so kind. That's why I just couldn't believe that he murdered that fairy without an ounce of hesitation. It's just my own emotional response. I'm fully aware of that. Oh, are we getting another flashback to him killing it? God. The Canus that brutally cut down the fairy. The Canus that always looks out for others in their time of need and will provide a helping hand. I just can't put those two together.
それなら初心に立ち返ってみたらどうかな。
Huh?
信じられないなら信じられるように。彼がわからないなら理解すればいい。アンシャンテに来たばかりの頃、ミシェルがよく言ってたんでしょ。これも相互理解ってやつさ。
Just as soon as Rendo's words soothed my conflicted mind.
発見発見大発見
Ugh.
はあ。
Did me and Rendo have the same voice? Like, a voice comes from the back of the hall. Rendo smiles bitterly as a figure comes rushing in. Oh, hello, Mikado.
おおこれはアンシャンテのマスター君お久しぶり僕の話を聞いていきたまえ
What?
僕はまたこの天才の名が歴史に残ってしまうほどの大発見をしてしまったのさ
Mikado's lab coat sways as he spews his science jargon. Gah! Oh, hello to you too, Mr. Assistant.
いや、ジョシュ君。一応確認なんだけどさ、帝にも僕はこの時間来客中って伝えたよね。
肯定する。が、こうした事態は予測がついたはず。
Oh my god, it's so
措置の過失と判断
rude.
する。
In response to Mr. Assistant, Rendo rolls his eyes. Wait, hold on. Mikado, aren't you supposed to be examining Karya?
安倍カリアに関しての対応は予定よりも早く終了した。またそれと並行し別の検証を実施。その解析結果が予想外だったと、こうしてこれは騒いでいる。
Okay. What does that mean? Is he okay? So the outcome was so impressive that he wants to immediately report to Rendo. Is that really what's going on?
というわけで妖精界メディオについてある程度は知っているね
Yes. We were just discussing that. I don't know if there's some sort of ulterior motive behind his question, but I play it safe by nodding along.
ならば話が早い実はリンドウがメディオから持ち帰った花弁などの各種解析がようやく完了してねなんとその遺伝子配列が紀元前に絶滅したとされている人間界の植物と極めて似通っていたのだよ
Plant life.
植物と
Rendo and I look at each other.
そうこれを受けて僕は仮説を組んだ
Wait, hold on. This is totally random, but are his glasses attached to his earring? Like his ear cuff on his ear? Because if that's the case, that would suck. If your glasses fell off and your ear just gets ripped. It's like the ear cuff is like the only thing tethering your glasses to your face. That would really suck. I hope that's not the case. I hope I'm just mistaken, but...
メディオには
No,
何千
seriously,
年何万年か前に人間が何かしらの植物を持ち込み
Yo, that is so crazy. I'm not even listening to him anymore. I'm just staring at his stupid glasses.
それが巨大に成長した結果世界樹になったのではと
Huh?
ああいや待てしかしそうなると色々と問題があるぞ世界樹ほど質量がある超巨大植物の存在一体どうやって その成長や維持に必要なエネルギー、つまり養分を保っているんだ。
Mr. Mikado starts pacing around in circles as he gets lost in thought. What he just said.
ああ、ほっておいていいよ。帝はいつもこんな調子で自分の世界に入り込むからさ。
その意見を肯定しよう。適度な時間が経過次第、私がこれを開発課へと回収しておく。
Right. But he was talking about Medio. I wanted to hear more of what he thought.
ひとまずカリア君の検査が終わったなら彼を拾ってアンシャンテに行こう。僕も休憩時間だし車で送ってくよ。
Okay. Oh, yes, back in Rindo's cool car. I enter the back of Mr. Rindo's fancy car and sit next to Karya. So, how did your exam go?
体調的にも精神的にも大丈夫だって。一番の懸念だった妖精の力もちゃんと抑えられてるみたいに。
お、それは朗報だ。お祝いに何か美味しいものでも食べようか。
Karya thinks on Mr. Rindo's proposal for a bit.
お祝いはまだちょっと保留がいいかも。
How come? Karya continues after thinking deeply to himself.
今までずっとごまかしてきたけど、自分の体とか正体のことちゃんと両親にも話そうかと思って。
Oh, snap. Oh, that's... Karya's always struggled with this. As we think about this, Mr. Rindo and I are speechless. But
安定してきた今だから言いたいんだ。父さんにも母さんにもずっと体調やこの力のことで散々心配をかけてきたから。それと俺もなんだかんだアンシャンテで結構人外のこと勉強したからさ。林道さんにも言われたことだけど、そろそろ将来のことも考えなきゃならないと思ったんだ。人間として生きるか、妖精として生きるか。
Karya continues.
あと家族に打ち明けたらひょっとしたら自分のルーツもわかるかもしれないでしょ。俺が妖精の先祖返りなのは先祖の誰かに妖精がいたから。だからそれも少し調べてみたいんだ。俺が俺自身を正しく理解するためにも。
His words are filled with strong conviction. Both Mr. Rindo and I are unable to stop him right now. Karya is trying to think about his own future for himself. You're so mature, Karya, considering you're only in middle school. I don't think I ever took things that seriously when I was in middle school. And without much thought, I went on to college, got a job, and ended up where I am now, as soon as I finish.
琴音ちゃん、それは違うよ。
Huh? As he stares at the road and drives, Mr. Rindo continues.
君はアンシャンテにただ流れ着いたんじゃない。自力で泳ぎ着いたんでしょ。ソーアンさんの後を継がずにごく普通の OL として人生を終える選択だってあったんだから。
うん、俺もそう思う。琴音があの店を継いでくれたから俺だってこうして生きてるわけだし。だからもっと自分に自信を持ってよ。
Karya, Rindo. Confidence in myself. Yes, they're right. Since when did I start investigating behind Canus's back? Being the owner of Enchanté is my identity and my place in the world. And as the owner, if I believe that we can be open with one another and develop trust, then I think it's only right that I just ask him what happened, be there for him if something's wrong. My job is to provide a place where Canus can find peace and comfort. I received words of encouragement from Mr. Rindo and courage from Karya, who inspires me by his attempt to better himself and his quality of life. Yeah. I decide to ask Canus directly about the incident. Well, look at that. A miracle has happened. Oh my goodness. Before I'm able to chicken out, I immediately go to Canus the next day and ask him if we can take a tour around Medio together. Whoa! Oh yeah, the seasons change, I forgot. That morning, while watching Medio turn from spring to summer, we walk around as we casually converse. This world will always be so strange to me. The seasons change in a matter of hours.
確かにな。人間界に慣れてしまった今では、我ですらレディオの時の流れに不思議さを覚えてしまう。その昔、我が人間界に出たばかりの頃は、人間界こそが不思議に思えたのだが。
I figured as much.
ああ、季節の移り変わりがないせいか、時間の感覚が狂ってしまってな。妖精界での用事をすっぽかして、ティターニアに迷惑をかけたこともある。
No kidding. Oh, come to think of it, when I first came to Medio, it worried everyone.
あの時か。あなたの姿が見えないと分かった時は、皆で慌てふためいたな。
Sounds like he was really worried about me. Canus places his hand on his chest as he recalls that day. Yeah, back then... The fairy's prank. It was a real close call. I smile as I stare at the waterfall mist.
落ちる瞬間を見た時は、心臓が凍りつくような思いだった。
Thank you so much for saving me. I would have been toast if you weren't there. On top of that, I've actually become really good friends with those fairies. I've recently been able to differentiate all of the fairies here too.
そうなのか。無自覚とはいえ、殺されかけた相手に。
Canus stops himself and shakes his head.
いや、すでに過去としているのなら、我が野暮なことは言うべきではないか。当の妖精たちもティターニアに叱責されたのだ。今後、危険な真似はしないだろう。あれらの中には長い時を生き、遊びに飽きた者もいるからな。ぜひ、仲良くしてやってほしい。
Yes. For a while after that, Canus and I watched the tiny rainbow created by the waterfall. I begin to recall my memories of this world, how I ended up getting to be here. We had so much fun in Medio. Not only the fairies, but we even became friends with Titania. I feel like we've gotten closer with Vania these days too.
我もそう思う。あの二人も随分と変わった。ベンニーアもそうだが、特にティターニアはより明るい顔をするようになった。
Is that so? I always thought of Titania as a lively and kind person.
確かにもともと穏やかな性格だが、責任の重さに苦しみ、塞ぎ込んでいた時期もあった。その当時を知る者からすれば、今のティターニアは別人のようだ。
That's surprising. I can't imagine Titania being repressed.
そうだな。彼女は我にアンシャンテに通うようになってから丸くなったとよく言ってくるが、我から言わせればお互い様だ。あなたと関わるようになって、彼女は見た目相応の少女らしい笑顔を見せるようになった。
I see. I'm glad to hear that I'm at least of some value for Titania. As he stares deeply into my eyes, look at his little... Oh god, every single time his colors change, I'm like... I'm like so excited. Canus, honestly and truthfully, speaks from the heart.
ああ、改めて感慨深いな。
Sentimental.
共に我が故郷を歩いていることがな。ソーアン殿は堅くなに異世界へと足を踏み入れようとはしなかった。だからこそなおさらそう思う。
I see. Come to think of it, I feel like Canus seems to mention Grandpa a lot more often compared to the others. Grandpa, my predecessor, who had garnered trust from everyone as the owner of Enchanté. Hey, Canus. Am I fulfilling my role as the owner of Enchanté? Am I the owner that Grandpa can be proud of? My inner thoughts turn into a conversation before I know it. Perhaps he didn't see my question coming. Canus looks a little flustered for a moment, but
当然だ。店を始めたばかりの頃はともかく、今やあなたはソーアン殿にも劣らぬマスターだ。立派に後を継いでくれて、ソーアン殿も喜んでいると思う。
I understand. I sure hope so. After that, Canus and I talk about a lot of things. And we're gonna stop here! I know, I'm literally the worst. I'm the worst. I totally get it. I am afraid of what Canus is about to say. I think that he's gonna be like, listen, I, like, have to kill in order to, like, I don't know. There has to be a really good reason for it, because I can't see him as the type of, like, person to kill things, you know? I mean, I'm sure the game is kind of hinting towards that, too. There's, like, a lot of... I don't even know what Mikado was saying, because I was so distracted by his glasses, but, like, he was talking about, like, the world tree or something, and, like... I feel like there's a lot more lore in the background that we're not aware of, and I feel like Kotone is just walking, like, off a cliff with it. So, I'm afraid. But next episode, we're gonna ask Canus why did he kill someone? Yep.